We are back on the ML Sports Platter. It's all brought to you by Batavia Downs Gaming, Burn Dairy, and RV Source of Central New York. Still some time with this beautiful fall weather to rent, buy anything RVs with my man Mike McKay. RV there yet. Take that quick trip in the fall as the weather continues to be great, 75 degrees for at least another couple of weeks. RV Source of Central New York. And hey, how about our partner, seventh inning stretch Rockaway, and Bob Groff joins me right now, and he's got an unbelievable event coming up, the Queens Culture Clash, Sunday, September 28th, 10 to 3. If you're in and around New York City, we're going to get into and a few other things as well. Bobby, welcome back, buddy. How are you?
Thanks, buddy. Always good to hang out, see you, talk some sports cards. Glad to be here.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, this is going to be another big event, and I just watching these on social, it seems like they get bigger and bigger and bigger, and you and I text a lot back and forth, but this is collectibles and comics and sports cards and a lot of stuff going on. I'll just give you the floor, and I believe over 30 vendor tables here at this one, right? So for people who are around New York looking for something to do here on a Sunday, September 28th, man, this is it.
Yeah, I've got 35 vendor tables set. And it's amazing how it grows. Is everybody wants to wait till the last minute to book, and now I have a wait list of 6 people also.
Sure.
So it is exciting. For me, it's sports card based, but also the Pokemon stuff has just been on fire.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of that happening all around. So it's a really fun event for anyone into collectibles of any kind.
And I would tell people too, I mean, Bob does a lot of cool stuff, giveaways, and there's other things that you can do, even if you don't live in New York, but you want to follow your platform and your pages and stuff. I mean, there's things going up all the time if you're involved and interested in this stuff. So I would advise people to go follow him on Instagram at the seventh inning stretch Rockaway page. And of course on Facebook. Speaking of the sports card market, not only did you pick up a pretty sweet one lately of a guy by the name of Joe DiMaggio, but why don't you hit that a little bit, and what's hot in the market right now, Bobby?
So yeah, really exciting for me to definitely collecting Yankees for a long time, but to be able to pick up a 1939 play ball Joe DiMaggio rookie in great condition, it was like it's one of those grails that I'll hold on to and love. And I haven't even gotten to post it yet. I picked up a Roberto Clemente rookie also on Saturday. So it's exciting kind of getting some of those all-time greats.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And for those who don't know, if you're a baseball historian like we are, I immediately hit you and went, hang on a second, 39. And it wasn't correcting me, but educating me on his first year was 36 and he played till 51, but this is a 39 because...
Yeah, there was a few years there they didn't have cards. So there's some gaps in years for guys. And like Babe Ruth, obviously he was playing well before 30s, but the early 30s Gaudy cards are often like the ones that people gravitate towards, even though you can go back to 1918 to Red Sox uniform cards as a true rookie.
So check them out, seventh inning stretch Rockaway on Instagram and Facebook. Of course, the big show coming up, the Knights of Columbus there, Rockaway Beach in Queens, 10 to 3 Sunday on the 28th of September. 35 vendor tables, 50-50 raffle. They're having a Pokemon tournament, unreal sports cards, and a heck of a lot more collectibles and comics. And you can get them on Instagram and Facebook, seventh inning stretch Rockaway. Bob Groff is our guest for a couple more questions here on the platter. There it is, brought to you by our good friends at Burn Dairy and RV Source of Central New York. You got flyers. They're phenomenal flyers. Let's talk a little Aaron Judge. I love Judge. I want him to win. I want the Yankees to win. I want Judge to win. Yeah. You know where my criticism sits. We're not going to bring that part up. But as you're watching Aaron Judge go up the home run list for the franchise, and you see the names that he's passing like Yogi Berra and Joe DiMaggio, of course the Yes Network is going to just completely drool all over this. They can't get enough of this. I respect Judge. I tip the cap to Judge. But you're also a baseball guy, and you understand the iconic nature of the players before, Judge. Yogi Berra and Joe DiMaggio fought in wars. They lost a ton of time. They lost a lot of home runs. And Joe DiMaggio and Yogi Berra also played in Death freaking Valley in the original Yankee Stadium, where the gaps were 435 to left center and like 422 to right center. So when you have Judge going up the list, where do you find the balance of greatness, but also, all right, can we also appreciate knowing that those guys would have had a heck of a lot more in different circumstances? Where do you line up here?
I kind of agree with where you're going on it. Like I love Judge. I'm a fan of Judge. He's a monster. Like as a physical specimen, it's incredible.
Yeah.
But you also have a super short porch in right field. You got the dimensions of the stadium are different, and Yogi Berra did some things as a catcher that are just it's not typical. What do you have? Him, Johnny Bench. You only got a couple of catchers that have done stuff like that, and DiMaggio's hitting streak. It was a different era of baseball. So, I love Judge. I think he's amazing as long as he's healthy. He's gonna rack up the stats. For a minute there, it looked like he was gonna get 400 this year. It's crazy too. There's only a couple of people in all of baseball hitting over 300.
Right. Right.
That's pretty. I don't really remember it like that.
Well, it's not healthy. And even when we were kids, I mean, you're looking at Tony Gwynn, Wade Boggs, all these different guys, they'd win batting crowns hitting 330. And you just don't see that anywhere. That's one of the big reasons why I think Judge should win the MVP. And I think he's going to win more MVPs than any of those Yankees you mentioned. I think Berra, DiMaggio, Mantle, they all have 3. I think he's going to win 4, 5, maybe 6, 7 by the time he's done. And rightly so. I will say to commend Judge, even though I ride him because he's had no October success.
No,
and that's where you butter your bread. Judge plays in this era where you just mentioned it. Guys are not hitting with huge batting averages. You have bullpen specialists where you have this ridiculous game. Sometimes starters come, openers, or guys throw 3-4 innings as starters. They throw as hard as they can. You have guys from the right, from the left, and it's power on power, blowing by you, different looks. Also, Yogi Berra and DiMaggio, a lot of their years, pre-integration. You didn't have to go past the Midwest to play. You've got travel now. You have 162 games, and you have a lot more playoff rounds. Even though back then, you could make that argument too, but yet they played in the day games where you had the wool uniform. So again, eras are what they are, as you mentioned, but Judge does have a few things there where you look at some of the era and some of the hitting that he's doing against these guys, Latin players, black players, different era specialists out of the bullpen. All that stuff is, years ago, they didn't have to deal with that stuff, Bobby.
At different time. Look, we can't take away from anything that he's doing. And also, like, what would Don Mattingly have been like if he didn't have his back dead after the late 80s,
Yeah, we can go what ifs all day, and that's a totally different deal. Injuries is a whole other conversation, because if Mantle doesn't step on the drain in the 51 World Series, I hear all the time from people, well, if he didn't take care of himself. Listen, the guy did pretty well as a booze hound and chasing women all over the place. What happens if he doesn't step on the drain in the 51 series and he doesn't play in Death Valley in Yankee Stadium? I mean, does he have, 700 home runs? We'll never know. The discussion is there, though, and that's one of those things that baseball does to us. It makes us sit around the water cooler and do this forever. I'm going to give you the last word on your show and anything you want to hit on in the card business. People can interact with you as well on social media. So kind of loop all that in to close here, Bob.
Yeah. In fact, I love that. I love having discussions with people that just even want advice about what to do. Like the card shops have exploded. The hobby has exploded in the last 3 years, especially over the last year. So I love interacting with people. Sometimes I'm the bad guy telling you that all your early 90s flair is basically good for the fire. But it's better to find out, better to know.
Yeah.
I want to help people through it too, and not make some of the same mistakes I did coming back into the hobby.
Sure.
Where not to waste money, where to put your money. And it's fun. It's like we have a community of collectors in Rockaway now that didn't exist before. And every show I give back to the community through raffles that go to nonprofits in the area. So
Yeah, that's great. I love that. And frankly, social media has changed the whole game as well, because people who might live where in upstate New York, where you're from and I still am, you're like, well, I can't drive 4.5 hours, but I'm really into this thing. I'm going to connect with Bob and maybe get with him in another area, whether you're moving a card or, it's for something in the future. They've got a grading question and maybe you connect with somebody and trade down the line, right? I mean, there's a million options with this stuff. It's endless.
I trade with somebody in North Carolina all the time through Instagram.
Yeah.
I connect people too. I like helping each, it's part of what the community is. Connect with the right people, and it just kind of grows in the positive community.
I love it. Well, Bob Groff, he's running Seventh Inning Stretch Rockaway. And if you're in and around New York City, if you're not, want to connect with him anyway on a trade basis, card basis, Pokemon basis, collectible basis, there it is. Anything and everything regarding this show is happening. 35 vendor tables, Pokemon tournament at noon, collectibles, comics, sports cards, and more. Knights of Columbus, Rockaway Beach, Queens, Sunday, September 28th, 10 to 3 p.m., 35 vendor tables, nonprofit involvement, 50-50 raffles, and a heck of a lot more. And that one there benefits the Rockaway Beach autism families. Great job by you there. And make sure you follow Seventh Inning Stretch Rockaway on Instagram and Facebook. Bob Groff, thank you so much for the time here on the ML Sports Platter, brought to you by Burn Dairy and RV Source of Central New York. And we're going to be talking soon. The baseball playoffs are coming up, my man. Thanks so much.
Thank you. Always glad to be here.